How's that feel? You look gorgeous.
I feel stunning.
Looking at the camera makes it.
I'll tell you what, this is not your first. You're so comfortable with this. You're so fucking comfortable.
Beautiful.
Back with the Run and Fez show. Coming into the studio, Tom Segura and Christina Pazitsky.
Yeah.
Ooh. There we go. Their podcast is Your Mom's House and Your Mom's House. And then live podcast, they're going to tape it tonight at the Bell House in Brooklyn. That's at 8 o'clock tonight.
Great place, man.
Never been. Everybody gives it great reviews, though.
Yeah. It's becoming the East Coast Largo.
Oh,
so that's, hopefully it'll have that kind of vibe. But how cool for you guys to have this podcast going on.
Even cooler to have Fez read Your Mom's House.
Well,
that's pretty neat.
Fez really... See, this is what I understand about the podcast people.
Yeah.
They don't... I just did Voss and Bonnie's, and we did it in front of an audience. And Bonnie, I saw her shit all over the commercial. You know what I mean? Just like, who can... In radio... No fucking way. We don't ever fuck with the money. The money stays at all costs.
Dude, I have your philosophy.
Yeah.
So I've edited stuff out of commercial reads that could be slightly interpreted as disrespect.
Right.
And then I heard Bill Burr's now famous Sherry's Berries read where he mocks them and it sold and they were thrilled.
Oh yeah, they get thrilled. Well, it depends on the thing because I used to do those kind of things for years still.
Yeah.
And then one guy got mad over a rape, and I've refused to do them ever since. But I gave him like a 7-8 minute thing, and then when my boss calls me down, I'm like, I won't do anymore. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Let Fez do it. And Fez, you do it so professionally that even our bosses say they can't tell the difference between recorded and live read.
Yeah,
It's like a robot read. It's so good.
You don't put any...
like you've called movie phone.
You have you stick to exactly the copy.
Exactly the copy. And then if he finds the emphasis in one read, he does it the exact... It's like Robert Duvall. They said he will come in and lay his coat down in every scene the same way. Fez has that ability.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
I have that ability as an actor where anything that I've ever done, they're like, just give us something else. And I come in,
that's
and they
everything.
go, or just do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you.
I've had a casting director be like, could you do it again, but just not like you? Could you be somebody totally
else?
different? I'm like, thank you.
Sharon Stone. Do it like Sharon Stone would do it.
Could you be peppier? I'm like, no.
Could you give us a little more energy?
Energy, yeah.
I
We
hear
get that a lot.
Could you step up your energy?
No, you guys are doing stand-up, you're doing your podcast, you're acting. It's too much. People used to just do one thing.
It's exhausting. Well, not only that, and then you have to have Twitter, and then you have your Facebook, and then you have your Instagram. It's just too much information for people to know.
We've been talking about just getting regular jobs again.
Well,
The
because
fantasy,
because of Twitter, people can't stop working. That's why I won't do it. I don't want to be entertaining people at night.
I stopped feeling obligated to make my Twitter feed good.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if it's like some comics are amazing and it's just joke after joke and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, that's that guy's feed. Mine is just going to be some information you might not want. Maybe a joke, maybe
a dump.
I'm not saying it's a good joke; it's just a joke, and then some dump information, and that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Dump updates.
Yeah, it's not our generation. Like it feels really oversharing and narcissistic, especially people on Facebook that really put their feelings out there. I don't know. Are you on Facebook at all?
No, I don't do any of it.
You can't do it.
You're
Yeah.
smart. You're smart.
I don't even talk to my chick. I mean, that's how, you know what I mean? Like, the other day is the first day I got around to telling her I had kids. And two of them we share.
Yeah.
So, but I just feel like some stuff is personal.
That's very personal.
Well, because people go on there and they'll be like, some people are real friends, some people are not. I'm not saying who's a friend and who's not. You're like, what are you doing, bro?
Right.
Like, you're
Lot
a
of
38-year-old woman with kids.
People melt down.
Yeah, dude.
They melt down. You watch family. Like, somebody will go like, hey, check it out, this family's breaking up. And I'll watch it like it's a TV show. And I'll say, we're never going to your house again. And I'm like, this is a fucking good show.
Yeah.
But then it's not. This is someone's life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of baiting. A lot of baiting for compliments like,
oh boy,
ugh, I feel so ugly today. Here's a snapshot of me.
Yeah.
And you're like,
but taken up above me, wind-blown hair.
What I like to do, instead of being like, you're not ugly, you're beautiful, is be like, yeah, we all have rough days.
Yes, I did today.
I'm not going to fall for the bait.
It.
Yeah, absolutely not.
No, you on the Vine at all?
We started to.
Signed up for it.
Man, I don't care anymore.
I don't give a shit.
We got a Vine reporter, a kid. He's 21, just started for us.
Is this kid, by the way, 15?
Who are you? Yeah.
This is Shelby, who, by the way,
hi, Shelby.
Is a. I'll use Radio Talk. He's a P1 for you guys, which means anything you do, he loves you. All right.
Yes.
So. And this was like all week. He was like, guess who's coming in later? He was so excited to have you guys here.
Thanks, Shelby.
Because he is the comedy nerd generation.
Say that.
So the other night when we're out at a comedy club, he's just staring. He doesn't laugh. He doesn't smile. And I go, I thought that you liked this guy. And he goes like this, I'm loving this. But nothing changes.
Oh, wow.
Just there's little wheels in his head turning.
I'm autistic.
This is Vito. It is. It's good to be autistic, though, because then you don't hurt.
At least somewhere on the spectrum.
You don't hurt. Unless someone touches your ears. But, all right, so this is Vito, and he talked to Artie Lange. Of course, Artie Lange just talk about a guy who shares a lot. This last book that Artie did, when I finished his book, I went into rehab. That's how toxic.
Wow.
It's this tear your heart out book. But here he is interviewing Artie Lange.
And now I'm here with Artie Lange. Now, Artie, just tell me about you. Hey, it's Vito, the Vine reporter for the Ron and Fez show. And now I'm here with Artie Lange. Now, Artie, just tell me about you.
See, I don't think they get. I don't
That's
think
a great
they get
interview.
enough. Yeah, like go through some of the other ones. These are all he's releasing today. This is one that he did with who?
It's Mayim Bialik, also known as Blossom.
All right, little Blossom.
I
Yeah,
like her. Yes.
Yeah, she's great.
Vine reporter for the Ron and Fez show. And I'm here with Mayim Bialik. And Mayim, I just want to ask you.
That is fantastic.
Yeah,
I love his hand gestures. He really gestures a lot.
He's just flailing.
Yeah.
And at one point, she covers her vagina to protect herself.
Yes.
Please, God,
Yes.
no. Yeah.
That was like not even subconscious.
Yeah.
It was protect yourself.
She actually yelled, "I'm going to protect the cunny."
That's amazing.
All right, let's see the next one. Robert Rodriguez.
On the Fez show. And I'm here with Robert Rodriguez. And Robert, I just want to ask you about
He's like really into
This guy is meta. He is very on top of his sophisticated
Shelby,
comedy vines.
How do you feel about these vines? Are you geeking out pretty hard, or?
Yeah, I mean, I wish the question could have gotten asked, but
Yeah.
You don't like setups only?
You don't want the answer, you want the question.
yeah, the answer too.
Is
But,
this
yeah,
almost anti-comedy where we're coming back in the other direction now?
We're doing a whole 360. I don't know what it is right now.
Okay, what's the next one we have?
Wow.
Neil Tyson,
deGrasse.
he's big.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Neil deGrasse Tyson. And Neil, I just want to ask you all about your new book. Hey,
I can watch him all day.
Yeah.
Is this guy here?
Yeah, Vito's here.
Vito's here.
You
Wow.
want him to come in and you can have him flail around in front of you? It is a problem. By the way, if you notice when Fez does his live reads, he's also directing an imaginary thing. A lot of guys need to move their hands around a lot.
It's very impressive. This is really funny, man. Really
We'll
fantastic.
see.
Shelby,
We
you're
will
so
see.
cute. Really, how old are you?
Just turned 7.
Well, what we're going to do is look at the
Adorable.
lips. That's what you want to
I
say. You
know.
want to say the lips.
Yeah.
But we all want to take turns at least kissing him once. It just feels. I don't
Just
think
one time.
I don't
It's a
think it would
holiday.
be gay.
So full.
You have beautiful
Yeah.
lips.
You look
I
like
know.
a young Barbara
know.
Streisand a little bit.
You know, that's not the first time that's been said.
Really?
today.
Yentl.
Yes, Yentl. Yes, yes.
I get the
Papa.
Artie thing. People tell me when you brought up Artie that I look like Artie.
That seems like they're just saying it looks like you need to slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? It's not saying you look like him, but you're a little off the rails. Artie's doing great, by the way.
Is he?
And did Fallon last night, destroyed.
He did?
on
Oh,
the
good.
Tonight Show.
Good.
Artie just walks out, sits down, destroys, and then leaves.
Yep.
You'll never see him do TV where he just doesn't just hammer the room. Just hammer it.
Nobody says that about me. I'm saying just the looks.
It's just the looks.
Yeah. He's fantastic. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Happy
Do
for
you
him.
guys ever worry that you could be putting the marriage in jeopardy with this podcast?
No, oddly, I mean, I don't know how Tom feels, but we don't really spend that much time together because we're both on the road so much that this is actually the one thing we do together. And
I get a lot of side action.
That's kind of sweet. Yeah.
Well, that too, road beef, and I crush dicks constantly on the road.
Okay, great.
So this is a nice way for us to get together and talk about all the stuff we've done.
See, sometimes I think it could like hurt someone's feelings when you say I crush dicks on the road.
Do you think
I
so?
think that hey, it's funny, but at a certain point he's going to go, but really.
What do you?
No,
Tom?
because I smash so much fucking tail on the road.
Okay.
Like, it's not a problem. I want you to enjoy something, too.
Right.
Because there's no way you're keeping up with my numbers.
How much do you do? What are you talking about?
Whatever. Multiply something by a lot.
I hope you're
That
not
is
using
a lot.
condoms. You're not, right?
No, give a fuck. No.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't care.
Cool.
Do whatever I want. Me and Shelby are going to go out and crush tonight.
Yep.
Shelby, it's been a while since you've been with a woman, right? That girl from Niagara Falls that none of us got the chance to meet.
Helen is real. Okay.
When's the last time for real? Because he's new to the city and he lives in someone's apartment, of course.
Oh, no.
And that's tough for him.
It's about a year at this point.
About a year.
Yeah.
Who are you living with? Can you say?
Some guy named Steve, some black woman
Sounds
there
good so far.
sometimes. Who knows
Some black
what.
woman's there sometimes?
Are you in the real
Popping
world
in and out.
apartment?
Smell cigarette smoke. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, jeez.
Sounds
Dean's
really...
back.
That is what it's like to be in your 20s in a city. You always end up living with... I lived with a guy, too, walk around naked every now and then.
Nice.
This is not what the ad said.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah, but you're living with people who are dumb enough to live in the city and not be able to afford it. So you already know that they don't have their shit together. Like someone actually had to say, I'm going to have to rent a room to live in this fucking city.
Well, it's tough times.
No, your generation is tough because you don't demand more for yourself. That's the problem. Your generation is willing to settle for whatever you're given.
Well, then, like, the Occupy Wall Street people demanded things, and then they're like, oh, those fucking hippie pussies.
I fucking dug them. I thought they were the coolest. What do you expect to have everybody be on your side? When the people fucking went against the war, everybody called them hippies. And they ended up being right. You guys had you should not be able to live in this country and not be able to afford a fucking place to live.
Gotta listen to Ron.
When I left my
Wise
fucking
words.
house, it was practically free to go. You know, me and my chick were on unemployment for a year and never went, what are we going to do about rent? Our unemployment checks covered.
I
It
call
was
it the
fucking unbelievable. Well, it was Florida, too.
Where in Florida?
Well, it was over on the West Coast at the time, which was like near Clearwater. And it was really cheap rents. I don't know if it is anymore.
Were you guys both Florida guys? Was that
That's
right?
where I met Fez down
I
in
was
Florida.
born there, though.
Where?
St. Petersburg.
Okay. I went to high school in Vero Beach.
Dodgertown.
Dodgertown, yeah. But then they left because that son of a bitch wanted them to be in Arizona.
Well, that's a very sweet town, isn't it, Vero Beach?
Yeah, it's
a nice place.
nice place, yeah.
You grew up like, I don't know, like with a pet dolphin or whatever. and-
2 manatees and a dolphin.
Nice.
Yeah. Fred, Barry, Kevin.
Did you start comedy down there?
No, I started in L.A.
Oh, it's better to go someplace that the competition's really hard.
I didn't go with the purpose of doing that. I just ended up starting right after I got there. I thought I'd be like, go to the Groundlings, take a class, be on SNL the next week.
Right.
Like that. That was the plan. It's a good plan, right?
Yeah.
It's a great plan.
Thank you.
Showbiz is a good
I knew
plan.
you would appreciate that
Well,
plan.
people, in show business, we need people. We say that all the time. We need people in show business.
More,
Yep.
more.
And more ego. Believe in yourself.
Yes,
more.
believe
Come
in
on.
follow that dream. The dream. You know, most of
Will
the
you teach an acting class?
you know, most of the
love that.
dreamers are the ones without talent. Like,
Yes.
I
Yes.
guarantee you, Robert De Niro is like, I suck so fucking bad.
Definitely.
I'm terrible.
Definitely.
He won't watch his movies.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Depp won't watch his movies, but some kid is fucking look at his own YouTube
Mm-hmm.
50 times a day.
You can always tell who the new comics, because the new
Kills me.
comics go like, don't you love watching yourself, man? Yeah. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no.
And they're like, but I love to watch myself. And I was like, because you suck. Like,
Yeah.
that's why you love watching yourself.
I'm editing a CD now, a comedy CD. It's taken me 3 months. Like I can't even. I'm so self-loathing. I can't
Oh,
even.
sure.
I can't listen to my voice. Everything I do is terrible all the time. I don't know. Do you ever get over that? Do you guys ever listen to your own?
I would never listen to the show. As a matter of fact, I would say to other, like, if we have to do a best of, I make Chris, I go back and pick out the best ofs. And then what I suffer from is Chris just has these all Chris pieces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they'll be like, I'm gone for a week. I'll come back and it'll be like, everything that you did was about him for a fucking week. Because he finds that hysterical.
It's just highlights.
Yeah.
Highlights of myself.
Yeah. How about you, Shelby? Can you listen to yourself? Can you watch yourself?
Like, no, totally not. I'm not wearing headphones now. I don't want to even hear myself.
I'm the same way. Like, I don't want to fucking hear that.
Why do you think you're so hard on yourself? What is that?
Because I'm good. I'm so fucking. I'm like De Niro. No, but I think
you are though.
But if you're critically enough to go, like, I know what good is, you know you can't do it good enough.
Right.
That's the problem.
I had to bring. For my new special, I had to. They were going into the production office for the the edit suite.
Yeah,
I was like, "You got to come with me and sit there and tell me it's not terrible." Like, I brought her in. I go, "I can't watch it again. I think it's the worst thing ever. It's the worst special of all time."
Is that
and
right?
She was like, "No, it's not."
It's
And I was
fantastic.
like, but I needed someone.
Somebody
close to me.
else,
I go, I can't watch it.
Yeah,
can't watch it.
Well, because you see, you're like, oh, I'm so fat. Oh, I'm so fucking stupid.
I didn't say that. I was.
But
wow.
other people will not do that. But that's the weird thing is, like, if you do a group photo, right?
Yeah.
You only shoot right to yourself
every time.
So
God.
we'll do, like, these photos are supposed to go out, and people will always nix them just based on themselves, and we're like, we need an overall picture,
right?
But people would be fine if they look great and everyone else looks like shit.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. What about you, Fez? Do you have healthy self-esteem?
Oh no, I don't even like hearing the voice in my head.
And the voice you do is not even your own voice.
No,
yours is a character's voice.
Yeah.
Like, you should hear Fez off.
Really?
He's like this. He'll go like this. I think it went okay. I don't know. I'm going to go home to the wife.
That was a good one.
That was fantastic. That's your inner dialogue.
Yeah.
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 His
But usually,
dialogue is actually his mom.
Oh,
What's she
mine
sound
too.
like?
Really?
My mother hates me. Yeah. Does your mom criticize you a lot?
the criticism is there. Yes.
Yeah, mine too.
And I will hear it all different ways. I'll hear her as me as her, me saying things she says.
And sometimes it's just me in the real time.
Yeah. That's the one part. That's the one time I'm grounded.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Tom Segura and Christina present.
There you go. See, that's what he did. He had an awkward moment.
Yeah,
He went into a library.
we went somewhere. Yeah, we had a feeling moment. And what do you do with your feelings? Do you feel them, or do you eat, or are you a drinker? What do you do?
No,
with the bad feelings.
I quit drinking.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good, Fezzy.
Yeah, so that's. But lately, I've really been wanting to get back into it.
We all did. But
It's
see,
weird.
he didn't quit because he had a problem. He quit for diabetes. And you can't go to AA and say, I have diabetes. Everybody's like, so what?
I wouldn't be welcomed.
I don't really have a problem. I just have diabetes.
My spleen just doesn't handle alcohol well. It's the extra carbs that are ruining my life.
That's a fun story to follow. Somebody who was just like, I fucking left my kid on the side of the road, and you're like, my spleen's not working great.
I have the sugars.
And I'm saying there's too many sugars in beer. That it's just not going to work for me.
But it really is, though. It's just like, for me,
and
wine and all that. It's none of it's good for you, right?
Right. It goes right into my blood system, into my brain. If I have one beer, I'm drunk.
Why wouldn't it go into everybody's blood system?
Well, I think with everyone else, it has some sort of filter that it goes through.
For the liver?
Yeah, where
yours
mine
doesn't
just
work?
Yeah, mine.
Your liver is a sugar cube right now.
Well, I'm a lightweight too, though. I had one glass of wine at dinner last night. I was hammered. Did you notice that? That was pretty blasted.
You're kind of loopy.
Yeah.
I'm scared to get, by the way, the physical, because I think I might have diabetes, and I just don't want to know.
I'd never go to the doctor.
No?
Go to the doctor if you're puking blood. Then go to the doctor screaming, help me.
Yeah.
But never a second before then.
I agree. Because what are they going to tell you? Like, oh, I don't know what that is. Lay down.
Of course they're going to find spots or whatever the fuck they look for.
Right.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
you don't go.
Fuck no.
No.
Everyone I've known that's dead has gone to the doctor. Every single one of them found out the bad news.
Yeah.
I think I've probably had a few diseases I just fucking fought off.
Yeah.
But I think Tom, he takes very violent bowel movements. Like in the hotel room now, there's no filter. Like it's right there, so I can really hear it. And today through the door, I was like, "Whoa, like that's powerful." And to them, that's the norm for him, which is very troublesome. Like, is there?
I don't think it's weird.
But it sounds really devastating.
It sounds horrible.
Yeah.
It sounds horrible to me. I'm there. But, I'm not going to do anything about it.
Why don't you call the doctor or hold the fucking phone up to your ass and just say, is there anything weird? I mean, is this normal at all?
And then he'd be like, no, you got to get in here. I need to check you out.
No doctor will ever say, I don't think you should come in.
Right. No.
Don't call. You're fine.
This is how fucked doctors are. I felt like some chest pain. This is like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. I went to a cardiologist. He gave me an EKG, and he goes, well, it looks fine. I would say there's a 5% chance it's not normal. And I go, this is a top-tier doctor, right, like a L.A. Cedars-Sinai cardiologist. I want to run some more tests. And I go, all right, like you're the doctor, right? He sends me to the Imaging Institute. They run all these tests, and they're like, good news, like there's no problem. Now, these tests were about $15,000, but there's a good news, there's no problem. So I called a friend whose dad is a cardiologist, and he goes, well, why don't you just send everything to my dad so he can check it out? I sent him everything, and he goes, yeah, well, the thing is, your EKG was completely normal. There's zero thing. So the guy just made up that there's a 5% chance that something's wrong, so he could run all these crazy fucking tests on me.
So he just picked up 15 G's.
Yeah, by saying...
Yeah, I mean, like, what carny is going to say this is not the game you want to play? You know what I mean? Of course. Spin and win, dude. Come on in.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Yeah, they are fuckers.
I am so anti-doctors that my appendix burst, and I was in here when it happened, let it happen for a couple of days, and did one of the unmasked the entire time.
No, you did not.
Yeah, the one with
with a ruptured appendix?
No, burst, gone. Just like the fucking Star Wars planet where it just fucking exploded.
Which unmasked did you do?
It was
Michael McKean,
which I barely remember. I remember thinking once, I basically had, heroin sweats, and I was thinking, he's carrying this. We're doing okay. And then once I passed out on the cab, they're just like, let's just take him over to the hospital. But even then, they're like pushing me in, and I'm like, I think I'm good. If I get just some juice.
Did you think something was wrong? Like, were you like...
Oh, yeah, but I thought I was going to fight it off.
And you thought this is just pain, abdominal pain.
This is something that happens, and if you just keep moving,
people die with that all the time.
Oh, they were telling me that to me, and I said, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I think I would have been better off if nothing happened.
You lived because you don't believe in going.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why you
I agree with that. Just ignore it. It goes away, generally.
Yeah.
It's a real,
that's my
old
rule.
World kind of way of seeing it.
It is, but there's some people are cocksure that they're okay and anything else. Because if someone said to you, you seem sick, then you would be like, yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm very sick right now.
That's true. And you play it up more. By the way, the people, anyone who doesn't know about Unmasked, they are fantastic interviews that you do. Is there a database, like, is there a place where you can go get all of them?
Officially, no. Unofficially, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
So you can listen to them all, because my bosses disagree with you. They're like, oh, everything should just be a laugh a second. You should be fucking around. But to me, comedy is such a great art form that people really don't talk about. That, I haven't talked to too many people that I didn't sit down and think of, like, this is almost like a self-help course.
Yeah.
For a lot of these people.
That.
Yeah. When I found out about those, I was, it's just like it's just a phenomenally conducted interview, which I just appreciate great interviews, period, with any, any subject, a good interview, and you have all these great comics on. It's fantastic, man.
Well, we got some good ones coming up, too, right, Fuzz? What do we got next?
Todd Barry's coming up next Tuesday. In fact, today's your last day to try to be in the studio audience for that.
That's going to be good.
Nice.
That's going to be a fun one, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to hear that, because it's a real interview to most comics don't get that interview.
No, they don't.
Yeah. I mean, and like, we don't get, good radio. Like, this is such a treat to do a real radio. We do so much crazy bullshit radio.
Because you got to do like a couple seconds and into a song nowadays and watch what you're saying.
Here's half the time when you get, you walk in and they go, a producer comes out, hey, what do you want him to ask you? And I go, I don't know. And they're like, well, no, what do you want him to ask you? And I go, whatever he wants to ask.
Yeah.
No, he's going to lead you into what you want to say. And I go, I don't have fucking the thing. And they're like, all right. And then you go in there and they're like, so you're here, you're doing a show tonight at the Bell House, anything else? And I'm like, nah, man. So you walk out with that, or you get the other extreme, which is like, tell us, what have you been up to? And you're like, I just flew in, and they go, this guy's hysterical. And I go, there's nothing hysterical. And they're like, yeah, you just flew in. And you're like, yeah, it's not a bit. I flew in, and I landed, and they're like, hey, we'll be back after this. And you're like, wow, that was really fun radio. Thanks, pal. Like,
my favorite is when they just read your bio, and then they're like, so Christina, you entertain the troops in Afghanistan. Is that right? How's that? You're like, well, I saw bodies blown up, warriors with their faces. It was really fun. It was a million laughs a second. Like, what do you fucking think it's like? It's a war zone. Don't ask me about
coming
it.
up with weather. Coming up next, we're gonna get
Coldplay.
You're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
It's the weirdest thing because radio should be the funnest thing in the whole. Well, you guys know this from podcasting.
It is the funnest one.
Yeah.
And then if they just would take their goddamn thumb off of it a little bit and just relax.
They panic. There's the panic at the silence or at the non-laughing moment.
Right.
They're like, what's going to happen? You're like, well, you have comics on and you're funny, so like, just
relax.
talk.
It'll happen.
It'll work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't you think too? It like really looks down on the audience and assumes that they don't have the tolerance for a long form conversation, which quite the opposite is true. Like if you look at podcasting and at your guys' show, like people can listen to stuff.
Well, here's the other thing. If they tune out, it's also fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. See, I come from my whole background was hanging on street corners. People come in, people leave, then they might come back again, but it's always the street corner. The corner is there.
Right.
You know? Sometimes a guy comes up, he's bigger, he's rougher, he's going to take the fucking stick for a while.
Yeah.
Do it, dude. You know?
And then you're going to split.
And then he's going to leave.
Yeah.
You know? But stop panicking that somehow we have to measure every fucking 5 minutes. They're now saying, oh, they wanted to get something that measure your tweets to see what the response. Who gives a fuck? Let it go. Do something good. And if people, I check out of shows and come back to them later. Sure. I'm not there every daily show. I'm not holding on to every minute. But if people say, do you watch a show? I say, yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
You dip out, you come back.
Man, whatever.
Catch a thing.
I think it's the idea that everything is commodified. Like we were talking about the tweets, the instant. Like everything has to be, what's your brand? Or are you branding?
Yeah.
Not everything has to be a stream of revenue or a stream of commodification.
Absolutely.
Well, what happened to just doing shit for the fun of it? I'm sure that's why. Isn't that why you started radio?
It's literally why I started radio, was to not work.
Yes.
To not sit in front of a computer and try to figure out what something was moving No. Just the fucking opposite.
I know.
Shelby's lips. That's a great radio segment. Just thought of that. You have Shelby's opinion, and then you have a secondary opinion, his lips.
Shelby, are you just in love that you're sitting here with these two?
So great.
Is it really for you?
Starstruck.
Are you coming tonight?
Why don't you make the scene, Shelby?
Come on, Shelby.
Shelby.
That's tonight at the Bell House in Brooklyn at 8 p.m. The live podcast of Your Mom's House.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Fezzi will be there.
Fez is going to be there. Fez, why don't you drink tonight, too?
Come on.
Fucking drink and eat chocolate.
Get off that way.
I saw you eating a fucking donut yesterday, though.
Yeah, I did have a donut. I could. Esther Koo was in here. She brought donuts, and I couldn't resist.
Was it worth it? It was.
It felt like it was worth it. Yeah. Turn my bloodstream into the river from Willy Wonka.
Like we say in the program, I did not regret not drinking last night. Heard it. The fucking stock lines that you'll hear in a fucking meeting are unbelievable.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Everyone acts like they're their own lines. I'm like, that's the third time I've heard it this week. Give me some fucking new shit.
New material,
What
guys.
did your uncle do to you? Come on.
Let's
go.
Do you go? Can it be considered good motivation to go to hear a fun story? Like, is that what a lot of people go?
It's the whole reason.
Really?
The whole reason,
You gotta go.
Like, I gotta hear a fun
Yeah, they're
story.
really I mean, they're amazing stories.
Sure, I bet.
Well, we lived next door to a church at our old house, and the AA meetings would take place outdoors, and I would just kind of crank, just maybe I can, and all I could hear was the applause and support, and I so badly want. I didn't know if it was poor form for me to go down just to
some
listen.
of them are open for anybody can come in, but normally if you know. the fact that you're even curious, you two have problems.
Oh, yeah. Huge. Massive. Ginormous.
Babe, I gotta tell you something.
I love it. Yeah.
You think you had one glass last night?
How
You
many
just
did I
remember
have?
the first glass.
Yes. You got out of control.
Ooh, crazy.
You and the busboy.
My Chardonnay habit. Well, yeah, I'd like to listen. Do I have to say anything, or can I just go and sit down and
I
be
think
quiet?
it's better for funny people not to talk because you can get addicted to,
The storytelling.
Yeah,
Doing time?
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, here's something I'm working on.
Yeah, because I actually have left and I don't know what's wrong with those fucking people. I was fucking really good shit,
I think I would just keep going. I'm not ready to share yet, and just keep listening to stories. Yeah.
It's actually you would be surprised. It's everybody that you've ever known. It's up there sooner or later,
Oh, comedians?
No, just cool people who push things too far.
Right.
Like all the people that you've ever wanted to hang out with, the people that you used to party with, you're now there.
Yeah.
What's always really funny is and I've done it myself, but any of the drug meetings where you're like, I used to do all this coke, and this was when coke was coke. Not like nowadays, this fucking shit that you guys are doing. And people get really mad about that. But I'm talking about, I lived in Miami when I had this problem.
That's what's
so our
up.
shit
Good
was
for
fucking
you.
pure. I wasn't some fucking hipster rolling on ecstasy. But you get very proud of your own,
Your habits.
Yeah, your own ugliness. Shelby, you're a teetotaler.
Yeah,
You
as
didn't
far
drink at the
as
club the other
alcohol.
night.
No.
Nerd alert.
Had some water, though. H2O.
What's
You never
have you
do
ever?
anything?
Yeah.
I smoke pot occasionally, but that's not really.
Yeah.
Sit
Occasionally.
down.
You don't buy pot, though, right?
No.
No, not with those eyes.
He
Of
gets
course
it from
not.
Steve.
Can I ship you guys some edibles for Shelb?
Well,
Absolutely.
Hicks is your guy right there.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
He's always Bogart.
See, this is the beauty of this show. If you bring it up, I'll just put it in a nice way. Some growers have been very nice with Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Big ups to
I'm
Fresno.
picking it up. I pick up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, do you guys have pot legalized here yet, or
No.
what's the deal?
They're going to vote
Is it
on
gonna
it
go?
in New York. They're going to
cool.
vote. Medical's coming.
Yeah, medical.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's
But people in New York smoke pot walking down the street. They don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Yeah, I like
it's New
that.
York. Everything should be. The laws are ridiculous.
It's lawless.
They should just
here.
let it be lawless. It's New York City.
You guys in California now? Is that where you live? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, LA. Yeah,
And
it's been around.
everyone can smoke pot there.
Pretty much, you have to go and get your prescription, but that's a bunch of dog shit. You just say you have anxiety, and then you get like really good weed. I don't know what kind of weed. What kind of you guys have? Is it good?
It's okay. I mean, it gets expensive.
You an indica guy? Hybrid?
I just smoke pot. I don't go through all every goddamn name.
Wait till you guys
yeah.
get medical, and you'll be more of a connoisseur.
Is that where everyone's just talking about it constantly now?
Oh, everyone's like, is it a decadose? What type of, how many milligrams are in that?
Yeah.
And you're like, and it has a nice kind of, there's a nice aftertaste. It's a nice hint of fucking,
real.
There's a clove kind of flavor to it. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, people talk about it like it's fine dining.
Yeah, and the best part is when you get your prescription, and then some stoner behind a counter is like, "What's troubling you? What's your symptoms?" And you're like, life, my man. You got something for life.
I went into the one last week, and they were like, "So this and that." I go, "What's good to sleep, and what's good for? I want something not too strong." And the guy's like, "I go, how about this?" And I'm just in there bullshitting, And he's like, "Well, my cancer patients love this," and I was like, "Come on, man! Like, I don't want to hear that." And he's like, "Well, that's who likes it." And then like a guy rolls in a wheelchair. I'm like, "Oh, you have real patients here?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's why you're here too, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm super sick too." But I'm saying, like, I didn't realize.
What did you say your symptom? Like, what was your presenting problem?
Well, I was buying for somebody else too, so I was like, one to knock somebody out. That's what I said. To go to sleep, and I go, and then what do you like to write on? And he was like, "What?" And I was like, get the creative juices flowing. So he gave me a hybrid thing.
So your medical problem is writer's block.
Writer's block. Yeah. Do you have something for that, Doc? Yeah.
That's what they call the sleepy weed, though.
Oh yeah, we got the strongest sleep weed. And go ahead.
It's called marijuana.
Wow.
How great is that?
They have such fun names.
Yeah.
But it's not. There's no heroin in it.
No, it's just super powerful.
Yeah, they're just like, you smoke this and you will go to sleep whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
See, now this is my addictive personality. I definitely want to try it.
Ron,
I feel like I missed out on all this.
on.
You know what I'm going to do? I'll send it every week until you break down.
It won't take that long.
That's a good friend.
No, I feel like, when I OD'd when I was in college, so my parents did send me, I did like a bunch of GHB and ecstasy and booze. There's a story about online. You can see this. I tell the story on This Is Not Happening, a Comedy Central like online story.
Oh yeah.
So I tell the story, but my parents sent me to like a rehab because they were like, "You're a fucking full blown junkie," and I was like, "No, I was just partying too hard one night and it went too far." That was the OD, and I remember when at the rehab center, everybody was there for like, "Hey, I'm addicted to heroin. I'm addicted to crack." And I was like, "I just like to have a good time. I'm in college. Like, it's no big deal." And I was trying to convince like the guys, like the therapists there, like the guys helping everybody. I was like, "Dude, I'm not like these guys. I'm not like you. I really can do it." And they were like, "Look," and it's so funny that it came from them. They're like, "If you can stay cool with just weed, you'll be all right." I was like, I couldn't believe that the guys that are really dealing with real addicts were like, they were like, weed's not a big deal. I was like, wow, like you guys are giving the advice to people and telling me, like around all these addicts, weed's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And they were right. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Well,
you can smoke weed.
But that's your only real drug of choice?
Weed?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, and I don't even do it like.
Then you don't drink with it either?
No.
Shannon, I could never. I'm going to do everything.
I don't even do it weekly, or I don't smoke. Yeah. I'm not a daily smoker or anything.
I'd love to have that fucking personality. Must be great.
Will you go all in if you had to?
Fuck yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you'd be back in Miami, fucking looking for coke?
Yeah, by myself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just me in a fucking room somewhere.
Did you ever take crack?
I never did. I mean, it's the thing of being white. You know what I mean? It keeps you out of that. But I had enough money to have a full, coke problem.
Good coke.
Good for you.
But, I mean, I can completely understand that if I was on a budget, but you don't run into many white people, that...
Well,
there's one.
There's one guy.
There's one guy, he does stand up in Louisville.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, who were you thinking of?
Of our driver. That guy.
Oh, yeah.
I don't say his name.
You kind of let it out. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, the only reason why I said, because I didn't do it once. You know what I mean? That's the fucking problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was a comic friend of ours who was like, he said he was going into the hood in Louisville.
Yeah.
Scoring crack all the time. We're like, damn, like, what was that like? And he was like, it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And we're like, how did you score? Because you're like, how do you score crack?
Yeah.
And he was like, you just go, you walk in. He goes, first, you're not supposed to be there. Because you're white. And then he said they would be like, you straight? And he'd be like, nah. And we're like, what's that mean? He goes, I don't know. I just know it leads to crack. So they would just be like, you straight? No. All right. Just hook you up.
This is how gentrified the city is now, that when you go to Harlem these days, people don't assume that you're there to cop. It used to be you got out of the car and people were like, gotcha, we understand. But now it's just like, oh, you live here? But Harlem is getting so white, it's frightening to me.
Clinton's fault, right?
Dude.
Isn't he there?
I blame Obama for everything, He started.
Barack?
Yeah.
There was
I feel like your guys, the city, people don't realize it if you're a New Yorker, like how segregated the rest of the country is.
Is that right?
I feel like it's one of the most amazing things that hits you. Like when we come in and we're here for a couple days and you're driving around, you're seeing like, holy shit, all these like ethnic groups, every race, every religion. You see like the building next to the, like the Islamic building next to like a fucking whatever, this Asian community center. And you're like, you go to 95% of our country and they'd be like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, everyone's segregated.
Yeah.
I feel like except for New York. It's amazing.
Well, it is weird because there's a guy selling a house on a block over that he's selling it for like $35 million or something.
Jesus.
And the hoarder lives right next to him.
Right.
So a guy who's filling up cars with so you're rich in New York and you still have to put up with shit like poor people.
Right.
But that kind of makes you healthier
Right.
than living behind gates.
It does make you healthier.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I think I used to really love it here. I still love it here, but to live here would make me so crazy because I like isolation now. Like, I think that living in LA, like, you can kind of nest up and post up somewhere and never see people, and that's...
How long do you go before you, like, can you go in your isolation thing?
Easy. I mean, listen, I'm a road comic, so... Like, when I do gigs, like, for a week, I don't talk to people during the day. I don't let the maid in. I could weird out for a week.
Comics say no. Just bring towels.
Yeah.
No normal people ever say just give me towels.
Of course.
I didn't realize it till friends or family would be in the same city as me.
Yeah.
And they'd come see me on the 4th day. I go, what the fuck's up with your room? Like, why don't you let them? And I'm like, no, I don't want anybody in here. I don't want them touching stuff.
No way.
Stuff, cleaning. Yeah.
I leave the coffee cups.
Taking those trays away.
Yeah. You know that free cleaning service you can get? Like, no, I don't want that.
All
right, Shelby, he's got a Billy Connolly interview now.
Oh, fantastic.
Vito, to me, one of the great comedians of all time.
For sure.
So funny.
Just so brilliant. Let's take a listen.
Hey, I'm Vito, the Vine reporter for the Ron and Fez show, and I'm here with Billy Connolly. And Billy, I just want to... Hey, I'm Vito, the Vine reporter for the Ron and Fez show, and I'm here with Billy Connolly. And Billy, I just want to... Hey,
look how Lord of the Rings Connolly looks.
The Ron and Fez show,
yeah.
And I'm here with Billy Connolly.
A lot of gesturing again.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Vito, the Vine reporter
Connolly
for the
doesn't
Ron
move
and Fez
at all.
show,
Gonna put an eye
on. And Billy, I just
fantastic. Now, were they always? Did the people being interviewed know what's going on?
No, he just walks away.
That's fantastic. That's even better.
A lot of PR people not happy with the bit, depending on who they are.
They're like, we got a new film out. We'd kind of like to promote it. Like, no problem. We're going to do a Vine
This
about
will
it.
go great.
Yeah.
You're on Vine. You're going to be reaching the kids. And this really is about as much as a young person can pay attention to something.
That's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it. Yeah, you know where you get that? You were watching some French film on Netflix.
Yeah, I like foreign movies.
You can tell when you watch foreign films that they'll allow shots to go for longer, way longer.
Yeah.
Than like, if somebody's making coffee, they'll like show the person the scoop in, they'll put it,
like real time.
they're making coffee. And you're like, that, everybody that I know would be like, well, we're turning this shit off. Like, this guy, this shot lasted 11 seconds. Like,
70s films are like that, too, where they'll drive over to someone's house and you follow them the whole way. Well, the first Star Wars, kids can't believe, like, when he's traveling through the desert, it takes forever to get through the desert.
Yeah.
Give us fucking 15 more cuts right here.
Explode something.
Right. That's why I like foreign movies. It's about feelings and just stuff happening, normal stuff happening.
Yeah,
nothing too crazy.
We watched All the President's Men in like high school, like senior year. We're just sitting there like, when is something gonna happen? You're just ringing doorbells. I'm so bored right now.
Are you watching anything, Fezzy?
No, I haven't been watching. Oh, you know what? I did try to watch the new Resurrection TV show.
Try to watch a TV show. Put it on. You either watch it or you don't. There's no try.
Did you fail at trying?
I didn't make it all the way through.
You failed at trying.
Mother's voice.
This is, I would try to figure out, because this is true, he doesn't listen to any music. I mean, literally no music.
No.
He doesn't watch films. He doesn't read books.
No books.
I don't know what he does. I know he watches wrestling.
Yeah.
Shut up.
That's 2 nights a week.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do with all the stuff up here? Like, how do you connect to... Because music to me is a way to connect emotionally to humanity, even though I like to spend a lot of time alone. Like, are you a loner?
Oh, yeah, I'm alone all the time.
So then,
but you don't have any real thing with music.
No, I have no connection to music. I never have.
You know, that new Beck album, I don't know whether you guys have heard it.
I have not.
No.
I actually said this yesterday. I don't know how I've lived without this Beck album. Yeah.
I have like 4 of his albums.
It's
I don't have that one.
so fucking great.
He's amazing.
I think he's left everything behind in this, and I'm going, like... I felt like a kid, like I was 14 as I'm going through this. I'm like, I don't know what I did up to this point in my life. So I don't know what it's like not to love music.
I just had an idea.
Yeah.
Can I get from you guys what you just said, isolate that, and just clip in that you're talking about my new special?
I will do that. I'll do that for you if you buy a spot.
Okay.
You would be amazed what we would say if you just pay us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tom Segura's new special, Completely Normal, that premieres on Netflix this Saturday, March 15th.
It does.
It'll be available.
Are you excited about it, huh?
Absolutely.
I got a break here. You guys are so much fun. Can you hang out for a little while?
Yeah,
you
sure,
don't have anywhere to go?
We're fine, dude.
We're great.
This is awesome.
Where are you staying? You staying in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
I'm not much on transportation. I'm like, let's stay right next to wherever we're going to be.
That's smart because, in case they try to move out on the money, you know what I mean? You know where they are.
We're road dogs, right?
Yeah.
It's like, put me next to the club, man.
Yeah, I don't want to do anything.
Tom Segura and Christina P are here tonight. They're doing their live podcast of your mom's house.
Because you sound angry about it.
Do I?
It's because there's no music.
This podcast.
There's no music in his heart.
There's no music.
No. Can't hear it.
Fezzy. Dun, dun, dun. Does that do anything for you?
You're just making noises.
Nothing. There's no one at all.
Sing some Barbra Streisand.
It just makes you feel.
No.
You don't belong to me.
Jesus.
That's not going to help.
Oh,
jeez, that was rude.
Sorry.
All right, we're gonna. Do you finish your plug?
Oh, no, they're going to be at the Bell House tonight in Brooklyn at 8 p.m. and then tomorrow night at the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn.
yes. I want to see more gestures.
I think
Knitting Factory.
I think we've got another interview with Hank Azaria coming up. It's like a parade of stars here. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez on Raw Dog. Sirius XM Comedy Hits. Channel 99. Ron and Fez on Raw Dog. Sirius XM Comedy Hits. Channel 99.
In studio with us, Tom Segura and Christina P. They are going to be doing their podcast live tonight. They're going to tape it live at the Bell House in Brooklyn. That's Your Mom's House is the name of their podcast. Then tomorrow night, stand up at the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn.
Now, what is the difference between when you guys go out and do stand-up and when you do the podcast live? What's the preparation difference?
Well,
Good question.
stand-up is, doing this together is more unique. It's more fun. To me, this feels like, not that I don't like doing stand-up, I do, but doing our podcast live is almost like, for us, like our version of being in a band. You know what I mean? Because everybody people aren't like, oh, well, let's go see a podcast tonight. It's people who listen to the podcast,
Right.
who really want to be there. They get really excited, and it's like an energy that you don't really get at a stand-up show. We prepare. Our show is like, a lot of podcasts are just a conversation in front of an audience, but ours has like a lot of audio that's involved in it, like sound
produced.
drops. We produce things.
We really think it out.
Yeah, we pull clips for like a specific episode, and we have kind of our go-tos, like a lot of mentally ill people, black people yelling.
Yeah.
Gigi Allen's a feature on our show.
Yeah, we have him on a lot.
Gigi Allen's still alive?
No, he's long dead.
Didn't know that? Oh yeah,
We're huge fans.
That just fucking weirded me out for a second.
One of her friends was at his last show here in New York. Yeah.
I remember he was from fucking Florida, down where you were from. He was like from Central Florida.
Oh, Gigi?
Yeah, and used to do a lot of. I think they shut down everything they was doing.
I believe that. Yeah,
That makes sense.
I remember Gigi Allen was out with the Genitorturers, who were a Tampa band that would torture genitals on stage, and a little band called the Spooky Kids.
Okay.
Which Marilyn Manson was the lead singer for.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Fez, I know you don't like music that much, but does that not interest you to check out the Genital Torturers?
Well, I guess half of it, if you're seeing the genitals tortured, that part of it.
Yeah.
But then there's music going on through all of that.
That doesn't interest you.
So that just negates it.
I got you.
Good
I got
point.
you.
What did
They
you
can pull
think?
out all the genitals they want. I'm not going to listen to the music.
What did you think when other people were listening to music? Did you think what has happened here?
Yeah, a lot of it was more like amazement. Like, how do they know who's singing that song? How do they know the words to it?
See, I think this is even different for me than with you guys. When I was younger, we would get together to listen to music.
Right.
Like, come over to my house. I've got this album. We're going to listen to it. And then that would be the reason that you go over and party. Now, I don't think... Does anyone of your generation even do that? You listen to music separately, right?
Yeah, just like going from place to place. Now you have an iPod.
And that's what it is, the isolation of the iPod. It's the solitary listener. Like, there's really no such thing as a stereo anymore.
Right.
You know? Like,
Well, Neil Young just did this thing. What was exactly about it, Chris?
It was a Kickstarter. He kickstarted for a new MP3 player.
It's called the Pono.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as an iPod, and it's more expensive.
It has no headphone jack?
It's for like, I guess like MP3s, is the sound quality is not as good as I think it's called an FLAC file.
But how would you know?
But people can't tell. They can't tell.
If it was between you and Neil Young telling me something with sound quality, I'd more likely believe in Neil than you.
But it's like scientifically proven that like unless you have a incredibly fine-tuned ear, you can barely tell. And the files are like really big.
All right, so tell me why Neil Young is involved in this.
Because
if it's stupid. Because he spent 50 fucking years worrying about music.
In a day, he banked up $2 million on Kickstarter.
$2 million in one day.
And he's talking about FLAC files, and they are better. They are better quality files to listen to music on.
Barely.
See, here's the thing. You grew up without people even worrying about having good speakers or good headphones. You guys walk around with Beats and think they're fucking good because of who they are. But really, there are certain people who believe in being able to really listen to music. Not how much music you can pack in one tiny little thing.
How much, like, this means that MP3s so irritate Neil Young when he hears them. Like, he listens to an MP3 and he's like, people are buying this dog shit. Like, that's how well-tuned his ear is. That he's like, this is awful quality. We need a new fucking format for this.
Dude, I had fucking Todd Rundgren come in here, who's produced some of the greatest albums of all time, and he's like, how am I supposed to produce it when they listen to it going, shit, what am I supposed to do?
Wow.
You know, because he used to sit down and be, you know, producing this stuff and listen to it because he knew people would take it serious. But now they got these crackly little earbuds and they're walking down the road and they basically don't give a shit.
Wow.
But it's $400 too, and like an iPod.
What? That's how much this is going to be?
Yeah. And an iPod, they give you that when you buy a Slurpee.
But do you...
Yeah.
Will you have to then... You won't be able to download these files in like an Apple store, right? It would be its own like store as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. One more thing you have to
Good luck, Neil.
adapt to.
Oh,
but you're saying good luck. He doesn't have to be number one. This is the other thing with you guys. You think if you're in first place, it's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
If enough people believe in this and want this experience, I mean, obviously $2 million worth in one day did.
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
$2.5 million.
Could have just been one rich guy on accident, just trying to pledge like $100.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? You just said that to Shelby about how, if he's not first, like that Ricky Bobby thing, if you're not first, you're last.
Right.
It's also that idea of epic fail, which was a cool thing to say like a year. I don't know, are the kids still saying epic fail?
Well, I know I do. I don't think anybody else does.
But why? Just because you've tried something and you didn't do it perfectly, you're an epic fail. Like,
right.
Why?
Epic.
That's so lame, dude. Why are you guys shitting on people who are trying stuff?
I don't understand that.
I don't get either.
This generation loves to... The whole thing is they get a lot out of like belittling.
Shaming.
Like they're like, it's a big shame culture.
Public shame.
Yeah, that's what this... Your generation.
You tried to run down fucking Neil Young today.
Yep.
Come in here.
Oh, man, take a look at my life. Fez, you familiar with any Neil Young?
No.
I would fucking die if I didn't have After the Gold Rush. If I didn't have that album, my life probably would have been, I'd say, 80%.
What saved your life? There's a few albums that saved my adolescence. Is this one of your...
Well, Neil did. I think The Rise and Ziggy Stardust and The Spiders from Mars worked for me. I will honestly say Roxy Music, Avalon was a lifesaver. What about for you?
I love Joy Division. I loved goth.
And that didn't save his life. Isn't that sad
ironic?
about that?
Yeah. I loved like Bauhaus. I loved David Bowie, Low, that album.
Yeah.
With Brian Eno, get out of here.
But here's how I am with Bowie. Every album I would be like, what is this shit? He's changed.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to catch up with him.
Yeah.
And then go back and fall in love with it, you know? Yeah. But almost every time I'd be like, he left me.
Yeah. Who is he now?
Yeah.
He just changes.
Now he's just downtown walking around.
Is that right? Is he here?
Yeah, he's in Nolita, as a matter of fact, and people just see him just strolling around,
How cool
just
is
being
that?
himself.
And Cyndi Lauper too. Like I heard she used to do concerts. Like when she just sang randomly in Central Park. Is that right?
Yeah. I'll tell you this, it was at a Lou Reed thing that I was at. We were all at a Lou Reed photography thing, and a bunch of us were, the place was, big for this gallery, and Julian Snobble and all these different stars, but then Bowie walks in, right? So he comes in, and there's like 200 people, and it was like a party, and everyone just stopped. There wasn't even a sound. And he just walks by everybody, and then this friend of mine, Earl, goes, the thin white duke. It was like literally as cool as life could get.
Yeah, he just floats.
And then he just left the room? Like he
like he just came through like a ghost.
Right.
Like,
Like,
I didn't see any feet, but so I think he was like a Japanese ghost, and he just came in, gave Lou a hug, looked at everything, and off he went again, and everybody started to breathe. But they were all like New Yorkers, like, oh, we didn't exactly have that moment.
See, I would feel that way if I saw Rakim walking around.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah. You're like, yo, there's the
just
god
like David
right there.
Bowie.
Yeah,
Eric B and Rakim.
Yeah,
You
but not
like
Eric
those
B.
two guys?
Just Rakim.
Why not Eric B?
I mean, come on. There can only be one God.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't realize.
You wouldn't be happy enough not to see Eric B?
I mean, Eric B. I'd be like, cool, man. But Rakim, I'd be like, what up, Rakim?
Mike in Chicago wants to talk to you now. This is Molly's Cupcakes, the inventor of the Ron Bennington's got his own cupcake.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, how you doing, my man?
Good. How's everybody there?
You wanted to tell Shelby that he's crazy, what he was talking about?
I do. I think you need quality, and it's a shame that artists put so much effort into making a beautiful track, making a recording, putting all the subtleties in, and then you've got an MP3 that cuts it all out. It's a shame that they can do that.
It actually flattens everything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And now my ear is used to it. You know what I mean? Like,
you get used to it.
Yeah, now I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. I agree. I wear a lot of headphones sometimes, and I like classical music. And when you listen to a poor recording, you miss every subtlety that the composer wrote in there and the director, the conductor has put in there. And it's a shame because when you hear it live, you hear it. And if you hear an old CD or an old record, you hear, the guy's changing the pages or, whatever it is. Even if it's rock and roll and you're listening to the guitarist, you can hear the pick sometimes on the strings. And MP3s, you lose so much of that.
I can tell where the guy's using them like a book of matches or a pick. That's how good this new young is. By the way, Mike is the only person who ever said this to me. He's, John Williams, who does all the...
Oh, my God. I'm a big fan of scores.
He called him a hack. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
And Mike, you claim that John Williams lifted a bunch of that music.
Yeah, he took a lot of it from a classical piece called Mars for Star Trek, and he's been known to kind of take things...
I never knew this before.
The kid's been lifting.
Yeah.
He's still good. I mean, it fits the music. The music fits the movie a lot, but I wouldn't call him one of the great composers
But
of our time.
he's knocked so many out of the park, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. Are you a big Bernard Herrmann fan?
I'm not too familiar with this stuff. Who I do like is Hans Zimmer.
You've had it.
Sitting here, taking shots at Johnny Dubs.
Who'd you say you like?
Hans Zimmer. He's does a lot of like Gladiator.
Sure.
Gladiator. He did Kingdom of Heaven.
I know that guy.
I've heard of it.
And John Barry. He still composes now, but he did a lot of the Bond films and a lot of other films out there that they sound like their own music. You know instantly that this is John Barry or this is Hans, that kind of thing.
Got you. Okay.
Whereas Williams, it's always sort of reminds me of somebody else, but it's still kind of cool.
Okay. You got really high standards, my man.
You got to keep high standards.
No, I know. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. What kind of cupcakes are we eating today?
We have a couple of new ones. I've got a key lime pie and a strawberry milkshake one that are out of this world.
Yeah, he's got unbelievable cupcakes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Molly's in Chicago is just like people go crazy for it. Although
I love cupcakes.
Can people still even live in Chicago after this winter? It's been unbearable.
We were just there.
Ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Horrible.
Today isn't bad. It's in the 30s, and tomorrow apparently it's going to be in the high 45.
Sweet.
Oh, look at you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And the fourth Molly's just opened up. So,
Yeah,
right?
we got a fourth one in North Liberty, Iowa. It's just about 15 minutes.
It's a hot spot, yeah.
Yeah, it's the hot spot of the country right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's moving to North Liberty.
Don't go to South Liberty. I went down there. I got the shit kicked out of it.
I love cupcakes, man. Please send
Who
6 dozen up
doesn't?
here right now.
Well, wherever you are, just stop and they'll take care of you. That's his bestseller.
Wow.
Now this came up when
Ron is still the bestseller here.
Still after all this time. It's peanut butter, chocolate, and butterscotch.
God damn.
You can't go wrong.
It's based on two of my favorite cupcakes when I was a kid, but smushed together.
Yeah.
But fabulous cupcakes. Yeah, this is just fantastic. Well, Shelby, you got your ass kicked and you just took it, huh?
Guess so.
Wait, are you going to open more of these? Are you going to go like West Coast or anything like that?
Maybe the West Coast. I kind of want to go someplace where the weather is always nice.
Hello.
Come to L.A.
Come to L.A. They're weed smokers, and they're just going to love your cupcakes.
We'll get isolated together.
Did you see that they've stopped kids from being able to sell Girl Scout cookies outside the dispensaries?
Yes. Yeah. That was a brilliant move, though, right?
Yeah.
This kid, that was awesome.
I would have loved it.
Yeah.
We get a couple of guys in here on the nighttime. That
I'm
come
sure.
in after, they got the munchies and kind of thing. And, they're usually pretty good tippers, too.
I imagine.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Mike.
All right, guys. Take
Peace. care. I thought I thought we'd have a little debate there, Shelby, but you just decided to lay down and count the lights.
Shelby doesn't like that cupcake. Is that what that was about?
No, he got the MP3 thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, the MP3.
Pushed back at him, gave it up. We got another one.
Oh, I'd love to. This is your Vine reporter.
Hey, I'm Vito, the Vine reporter for the Ron and Fez show, and I'm here with Hank Azaria. And Hank, I really just want to ask you. Hey, I'm Vito, the
Hank
Vine
looked like you
reporter for
really
the Ron
wanted
and
to
Fez
talk,
show,
too.
and I'm here with Hank Azaria. And Hank, I really just want to ask you. Hey, I'm Vito, the Vine reporter for the Ron and Fez show, and I'm
It's a
here
lot
with
of big
Hank Azaria.
stars, guys.
And Hank, I really just want to ask you.
Wasted.
Hey.
A lot of big stars wasted.
Yeah. I hope, man. I really hope you just build this catalog like really big.
But we'll get to a point where people are like, this may be great. We thought it sucked, but now there's enough of them.
Yeah, there's like 200 amazing guests.
They feel like they're getting shorter, if that's possible.
Yeah. Hank Azaria, man. Wow.
Tried to get Judi Dench.
Oh, I love her.
Oh, man. She told you to fuck off?
Yeah.
Really?
She said that.
She did that move, gave us the middle finger, and I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that of you, dame.
I like her. That's why I like her, though.
Yeah, rough edge.
So gritty.
I just remember one of my favorite things. This used to get me every single time. Is that when I was listening to the show in my old Chevy that introduced me to your show, when a caller would call in and say, how's it going? And you would go, yeah. Every time. Yeah.
I've done this too fucking long to sit and have a small talk with you.
That was the best part of it. I'm done with small talk. It was a comic, and then the idea that somebody's saying, how's it going, is responding to, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just something about just when your personality finally burns out. You just don't have anything left to give.
Yeah.
That's when really, I think,
Ron, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah. And I literally do it on the street with people.
I love it.
Okay.
Is that your biggest pet peeve when doing radio?
Bullshit talk?
Yeah, but you only have so much. You've called up to talk to some people. So get in there. Take your shot. Fucking go for it.
Yeah.
You know how it is when you watch a stand-up and they'll come out and they'll do like, hey, everybody, let's hear it for the guy before you. Make some noise. Just get to your fucking point.
Round
You
of
only got
applause
so much
for this.
time.
Round of applause for
Guys,
that.
the wait staff's working hard. Yeah, all that.
I always like a round of applause for yourselves. That's one of my favorites.
Looking good, ladies.
Where my plus
coming
size
out tonight.
girls at?
What's that?
Where my plus size girls at?
You're being racial. That's being a little bit fucking racial because no white people ever look for plus-size girls.
I don't know. Speak for yourself.
Oh.
You do?
Whoa. Get very frightened.
You like big girls?
No.
What's your type? What are you into?
Why can't you make eye contact with them? You know you love them, and yet you stare at me while you talk to them.
What's your type?
Pretty much a pulse, white.
Be honest. Just be honest.
What do you like?
Stop trying to be the fucking funny kid on the edge.
Sorry.
You like redheads?
Who doesn't?
There you go. Okay.
That's an answer? Who doesn't? I wish I was your dad. I'd smack your ears right now.
Antisocial.
The way you are. You're antisocial.
You have to set your goals higher.
Tall girls?
Discussed earlier.
You like little spinners? What do you like? Tell me the truth.
I don't really have a type,
Okay, that's
Are
fair.
you asexual? I mean, that's okay. If your little body isn't ready, we're here to
figuring
support
it all
you.
out.
Yeah,
Experimenting.
I understand. Yeah, we all went through that. We all went through that. There's changes going on right now with you.
Hair in places there wasn't before.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on. Okay, your voice is changing. Sometimes I think you're yelling, but you're just asking me a question.
Have to wear deodorant every day?
Yes. That's part of it.
Who gave you the talk growing up, mom or dad?
I never got that.
Well, you're from those kind of families.
They never gave me any talk But like after Ben Roethlisberger got in an accident on his motorcycle, my dad said, "Just promise me you never ride a motorcycle."
That's it. That was the thing to go for.
I don't think I was going to anyway, but
Big Steelers fan.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll put away the Ducati.
Where'd you grow up, Shelby?
I've lived all over.
Oh.
He's like Johnny Cash.
Do you ever say, like, when people, I used to move a lot when I was a kid, and then when people say, where are you from? You go, I don't plant roots. Do you ever say that?
Here's my start.
Yeah,
it feels cooler.
Yeah, I know. I like that too. That'd be cool for you.
Yeah.
How come you moved around all the time?
Just the economy. You know, my dad got laid off twice.
Oh.
Your parents migrant workers? Is that it? Following the fucking crops?
Where were you born?
Lived in Portland, Oregon until I was 12.
Okay.
Then I moved to St. Louis, which was exact opposite of that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Kind of scary.
The gateway to the East.
Cool.
What's so scary about St. Louis?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Well, they busted all the city kids.
Okay,
We had a great
it's
football
racial.
team.
It's racial.
But,
again. So you were scared of black kids?
Jesus.
They're intimidating. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I went to a school in L.A. where they bust in the kids from other areas, and I got my ass kicked by black girls a lot growing up.
Well, they seemed to like me, but like on the first day of school, there was like this kid named Derek, and he had to be
go
like
by
17.
D?
We were in 7th grade. He had like a full beard, and he had his headphones on in class, but like the teacher's not going to tell him to take them off.
It was all different when you came from hippie Portland, right?
And then we were just sitting there, and like the first day, it was like science class, and I'm just like, okay, just sit here. He's like, yo, I'll grab you some markers. We need to decorate our folder. I was like, okay.
That was a weird thing. Now, because of your lips, did you pass? Did you know what I mean? They feel like you could pass? You know what I mean? Like, like you were the Lena Horne of the gang.
You know what I'm saying?
They're like Steven Tyler lips.
Yeah.
Like they're stunning.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I could love to see him kiss Steven Tyler.
Oh, man.
I would love
be
that.
a pay-per-view.
I know. I seriously would. I'd sell that fucking $45. We ought to just put lipstick on for us one day.
Will you? I
Would
have
you do
some.
that?
Would you? I have some.
Yeah, put some on.
Do you want some? It's a
Take your
snack.
shirt off.
It's very
Take your shirt
nice.
off and put on some lipstick.
Come on.
At least some gloss.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do you want gloss? I have some right
Here,
here.
sit on my lap when you do it. Come here.
Yeah. Let me
your
rub your
dream.
feet. Let me rub your feet while you're putting on lipstick.
Live your dream, Shelby.
It's
You
a
wanna put
light
it on?
shade. It's almost neutral, but it's got just a hint of color. It's Revlon. It's not very expensive, so don't feel bad. It's $1.99.
No.
Wait, should we get a photograph of this?
Yeah.
This is gonna
Someone
be
take a
capsule.
picture.
You want a nice
Tommy,
vine?
take a picture.
You want a nice vine?
Okay.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Don't.
Hold on a second.
Don't miss this.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. 1 second. Okay.
Oh, you're really gonna. You're gonna. Don't
here
lick.
we
No,
go.
don't lick your lips before you
Right,
gotta
geez,
dry them
that's
off.
why I don't put on makeup
Come on,
every
here,
day.
do this.
God damn.
Wipe, because you don't want
That's it.
schmutz on it. Yeah.
Should we do...
Do you want me to help you?
Yeah, why don't you
I
help?
got it.
Let me. Okay.
All right,
Big
here we
city
go.
dreams.
Wait. Jesus. All right, we're going to do a vine of this.
Leibowitz.
Here we go. Camera is ready, and go ahead. Put your lipstick on, Shelby. Hey, I'm the Ron and Fez report.
Nice and slow. That's it. That's it. Nice and slow. Pout. And cry a little bit. Like you don't want... Yeah,
Take a
that's it.
picture. Oh,
That's
you're missing.
it. Sassy. You're sassy.
All right, more.
They look shiny. Look at those. God, women
That's
would pay. You
Big
know how
city
many?
dreams.
You know how many women would pay to have those lips? I mean, look
Why am I
at
still
you.
doing
You know how many women...
Because it's not enough. More
That's
product.
it. Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty yet, daddy.
Yeah. You're making me so proud.
Hold on. All right. How's that feel? You look gorgeous.
I feel stunning.
Look into the
Lips.
camera. Make
I'm
seductive
telling you what,
eyes.
this
Yeah.
is not your first time. You are so comfortable with this. You're so fucking comfortable.
Beautiful.
I
gorgeous,
finally
man.
feel like myself.
It's really
Like
kicked
a
on.
woman again.
That's
Do
nice.
this. Do this. Go.
That's good for you.
Go like that. There you go. You look great. How does it feel?
Feels natural.
You look great.
Thanks.
Can he keep that?
Yeah, you can keep that, Shelby.
She doesn't
Right.
want it back. Tom Segura and Christina P are here tonight. They're doing their live podcast taping of Your Mom's House at the Bell House in Brooklyn. That starts at 8 p.m. Then tomorrow, stand-up at the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn. And Tom's special, Completely Normal, that debuts on Netflix this coming Saturday.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to shut this one down. Well, it was great having you guys combine today.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so
much. That really
much.
ended weird, huh? Just
Yeah.
What a great,
but it's like
Took it in a place.
it's like everyone's sitting around and partying at night, and then before you know it,
Turn the corner.
Yeah,
Did we turn a corner?
I'm
But
going
he
to
looks
forget
so
this
They
is
look
on.
amazing.
Then
Yeah.
leave and be like, all right, Dave, I'll send you those files.
this is the first time I was so focused on recording it that now I'm really getting to look at them.
Don't wipe it off. I want a photo with you, okay, Shelby? You look so beautiful.
You do. You think maybe this could be a regular thing where Shelby's lips get dressed up for the show?
Yeah, I think it could be. I'd be willing to do it every show. Different stuff that we try until finally we get the operation done. Shelby, seriously, we're on Broadway. You're a chorus boy. You're ready to do this.
The FDA to approve those hormone treatments.
And you could
I'm
try
on my way.
different colors. You don't have to stick to one color.
No.
You pick different
But we
colors.
started with a nice neutral shade.
Right.
You can go darker, lighter.
I think vibrant would help.
Yeah.
Bring out the eyes.
Unbelievable.
It all started with Derek, the kid who made you get markers. And all right, that's it for us.